Hi, I'm Bill Hawkins. I'm with AARP Alabama, and thank you for joining us for this Fraud Watch update. Ben Franklin once famously said, there are two things in life that are certain, and those are death and taxes. But I think now you could probably add a third, which is that scammers are out there trying to take your money. So today we're joined by Bob Negro. Bob is a volunteer with the AARP Fraud Watch Network. He's been there for 5 years helping us, and he's also brings to that 20 years of experience as a federal criminal investigator. So, Bob, thank you for being with us again today. Uh,
Thank you, Bill.
we're in the midst of tax prep season, so what do folks need to know in relation to scams, taxes, and the IRS?
Well, IRS and tax scams go on, unfortunately, all year long, but they seem to be even more prevalent during the period from February to April when the vast majority of American taxpayers are preparing their federal and state tax returns. One of the most common scams involve fake notices sent out by email, text, or telephone calls by thieves pretending to be IRS agents. The scammers will try and frighten the victims by claiming they owe the IRS large amounts of money for an outstanding tax debt. The scammers will threaten the victims with foreclosure, seizure of property, fines, or even arrest. The scammers will usually offer the victims the opportunity to settle the matter quickly by sending payment in the form of a prepaid gift card or by wiring money to the scammers. These scammers may even be bold enough to demand the victim provide their bank account information so fake IRS agents can garnish their wages. With many people having an innate fear of the IRS, it's no wonder that often people fall victim to these scams and pay these criminals thousands of dollars. Another problem we see during tax season is when unqualified people set up fraudulent tax preparation services. These scammers will require upfront payments and then either fail to file the victim's taxes or they'll file an incorrect return that could subject the victims to prosecution for the fraudulent filing. To add insult to injury, these scammers can often use the sensitive personal information provided by the victims to commit identity theft on them, or they can sell that
Hmm.
information to other people who conduct the identity theft themselves.
You know, Bob, that's just terrible. Now, one of the things that I've done at the bottom of your screen, I have two things. One is how you can report a scam, and that's what's moving across to the AARP Fraud Watch Network helpline. Another site is where you can locate an AARP tax aid site. These are free locations where you can have your taxes prepared. So, but we're going to talk more about that later. Bob, what can folks do to make sure that they avoid scams related to the IRS or tax aid?
Well, first and foremost, always realize that the IRS is going to contact taxpayers who owe legitimate tax debt via official letters sent through the U.S. Postal Service. The IRS will never call you or email you without first having contacted you by letter if you have a legitimate tax debt. If you think a person is contacting you and is not a real IRS agent, ask for confirmation of their identity, a supervisor's name, and then confirm that communications by sending an email. Or they send a mail to you instead of by calling you. Ask for them to send something by mail. Real IRS employees would never hesitate to comply with those requests. Also, the IRS will never accept payment of a tax debt made using prepaid gift cards or wire transfers. The IRS can wait for a check, trust me. When selecting a tax preparer, make sure that you fully research that tax preparer and make sure that they're a legitimate firm and that they're not some fly by night operation.
Sure.
Even a quick Google search can reveal a scammer. Ask questions about the tax preparer's qualifications. A real professional won't hesitate to tell you where they got their training or certification from. True tax professionals should also provide you with a privacy policy and a notice confirming how they handle your sensitive personal information. Avoid any preparer who does not have a privacy policy. Also, you should only pay your tax preparer upon completion of the paperwork and when they file the return. Don't give them the money up front. Legitimate tax preparers will never require prepayment. I also highly recommend that you consider using the free tax preparation services offered by the AARP Foundation's Tax Aid program. This program has a nationwide network of IRS trained and certified volunteers who can help you file your taxes for free. You can't beat that price.
And that's true. Again, the site that you can go, the website is right under Bob's picture, and you can see how you can find that. Now, this year, because of the pandemic, they are most of the locations are offering where you drop your paperwork off and then you return at a later date to complete the filing process. It's a great service. Again, it's free. So find one that's close to you and go with that. Bob, what do you recommend folks do if they think that they have fallen for one of the scammer's lines?
Well, once again, don't be a silent victim. If the scam involved a subject pretending to be an IRS agent, that in itself is a crime. You need to report these instances of fraud to your local police, state police, or the IRS. You can call 1-800-366-4484 to report fraud by a tax professional to the U.S. Treasury Department's Inspector General for Tax Administration. Keep up to date on the latest frauds involving taxes and any other scams by visiting the AARP Fraud Watch Network website. It's a valuable resource. I highly recommend it.
Great. Bob, that's a lot of great information. We thank you so much. Thanks for joining us tonight. Now, as I said, the tax aid site and the number for the Fraud Watch helpline are listed there below. Great resources. Take advantage of them. You can always watch this presentation again. You can follow AARP online at aarp.org/Alabama. You can follow us on AARP Alabama on Facebook or on Twitter. I'm going to end this program with a short video. It'll talk about some of the opportunities that AARP Alabama is offering. So again, thanks for being with us, and we will catch up with you soon.